The two assassins shot at the coming car. The car instantly lost control and crashed down the hill. The driver did not have time to escape from the vehicles. Then there was a burst of crazy shooting until the man was dead. What is the grudge between them? During the morning news, Owen learned about his boss and his family's death in a gas explosion at their home. Owen is a forensic accountant. He kept detailed evidence on a big corruption case involving government officials. Owen was worried that his family would be the next target. He took his son, Connor, on the escape. Owen explained to Connor that the prosecutor who was in charge of the corruption case was dead. He was worried about their safety. He needs to find someone he can trust to help. The two assassins had broken into Owen's house. They discovered that Owen had read the explosion news and concluded that he had run away. But they found clues from her photos. The tall beauty is Hannah, a smack jumper. Due to her misjudge of fire direction in the last fire rescue, her teammate and 3 children were burned to death. She felt guilty and lost her confidence. Since then, Hannah was put on duty at the feeding tower. One day, she heard thunder from far. Fortunately, she escaped before it struck the feeding towers. Owen managed to contact his brother-in-law, Adam, the person he trusted. Owen asked him to get TV media to expose the matter. Owen did not expect that the two assassins have already set out an ambush on the road. When Owen drove past, the assassin shot immediately. He lost control of the car steering and the car crashed down the hill. The seriously injured Owen gave the evidence to Connor and asked him to walk along the river to the town to contact the reporters. Connor opened the car door, ran down the hills. Owen started the car to divert the enemy's attentions. The two guys continued to shoot Owen until he died. The assassination mission was incomplete as Connor escapes. On the way home, Adam saw Owen's car and he knew that Owen had been killed. In escaping, Connor met with Hannah in the forest. Hannah offered help as she saw that he was injured. Connor was skeptical at first. Hannah convinced him, told him that she was a smack jumper and the guardian of this forest. Connor had no better choice. He followed Hannah. Connor was helpless. He told Hannah what happened to his father. Hannah, who learned the truth, wanted to call the media reporters, but the communication equipment was destroyed by lightning earlier. The only way now is to walk to the town on foot. The two assassins deliberately set fire to the forest to recite Connor in the woods. The fire quickly burned with strong wind. The two assassins broke into Adam's house to find Connor. Only his wife, Allison, was in. Allison attended a unique survival course, so she had extraordinary skills. With severe torture from the killers, she gave a signal code to her husband on the phone that she was in danger. The assassin noticed her actions and gave her a punch till she fell to the ground. Allison opened the gas tank at the critical moment. The two men burst out into tears. Allison took the opportunity to pick up a rifle and started a fierce battle with them. Allison managed to escape. Hannah was going to take Connor out of the forest. Thunder and lightning come from a distance. Hannah and Connor ran alternately, thinking that this would avoid the thunder and lightning, but they were not lucky to strike by the lightning. They injured, so the two rested for a while before moving on. From far, Hannah saw flames flying in the sky. Based on her experience as smack jumper, she sensed that the fire would burn the forest down. If they were to advance further, they would die. So Hannah and Connor returned to the feeding tower. Upon receiving the call from his wife, Adam rushed home with his teammate to rescue his wife. As soon as the teammate got off the police car, he was shot. Adam fired several shots, but the assassin fought back and forth. Adam had to surrender. He informed them that Connor was not with him and suspected he might have been thrown out of the car during the crash. The three came to the scene of the accident to look for clues. They searched and followed along with the footprints. The assassin wanted to see Connor's corpse if he was dead. After the assassins left, Allison returned home. She brought bullets and GPS to rescue her husband. From the feeding tower, Hannah saw two men in black pressing Ethan at his back. Connor confirmed that they were the murderers. The assassins were afraid that there would be an ambush on the feeding tower, so he asked Ethan to climb out to check if the child was inside. If he confirmed nobody, they would burn the tower. Only in this way, the assassin can make sure that there was no one inside. Ethan broke into the door and found Hannah and Connor hiding at one side. They confirmed that they could not beat the assassins who held the guns. They could only have a chance to get up where the fire burns until here. But the assassins did not wait. They found that Ethan was talking. They immediately shoot. Hannah hugged Connor and jumped from the tower, and the killer saw them and chased after. At this moment, Allison arrived. In desperation, the two assassins had to split up. One stayed to deal with Allison, and the other went to chase Connor and Hannah. Just when the assassins was feeling the bullet, Allison aimed at the enemies and pulled the trigger. The killers fell to the ground and died. Ethan was seriously injured and unable to move. He could only stay and wait for rescue. Hannah knew that there was a fire from the direction of mountain, so she leaned towards the opposite directions, and they could have a chance to survive by reaching the water springs in front. Another assassin followed both of them closely. Hannah hid aside and waited for the opportunity to attack. But at the critical moments, Connor suddenly appeared to attract the assassin's attention. The killer immediately turned his gun directions to Connor. From behind, Hannah hit the head of the assassin, and two started a fierce fight. Hannah was not an opponent. The killer beat her badly. He would kill Hannah if he did not see Connor. In desperation, Connor surrendered. He thought he would die this time, but at the critical moment, Hannah took the hammer and knocked the assassin to the ground. The fire hit the place, and the injured killer was burned by the fire set by himself. Just in time, Hannah and Connor jumped into the water stream. The fire went out the next day. Hannah and Connor escaped from the fire. Allison was lucky she survived with the oxygen mask, but Ethan did not make it due to his injury. The rescue team came. The media reporters interviewed Connor. From this rescue, Hannah regained her self-confidence. She also took Connor under her care. The movie is a fantastic action movie. For friends who like action movies, you may not want to miss it. And remember, if you see fire, you must quickly find a water spring in order to survive. That's all for today. If you like my video, please subscribe. Until next time, bye!